Moscow has always sought influence over Ukraine. Centuries ago, when it was part of the Tsarist Empire, part of the Soviet Empire too, and since 2004, when the Orange Revolution here ushered in a more pro-European government, that left Moscow deeply uncomfortable. And that discomfort had grown until eventually, after protests in central Kiev, they sent their troops into Crimea to grab hold of that peninsula, and then later they fomented separatist unrest in the east of the country, in the Donbass area. That war really has continued. It's about making sure that Ukraine never really gets on its feet, Russia's critics say, never gets a flourishing economy or democracy, so in the long run could never actually become part of NATO. Moscow fears the countries that border it getting too close to the west and wants to retain influence in many of them as well.
And this dramatic video comes from Ukraine's Minister of Internal Affairs. It appears to show a Russian ship ramming a Ukrainian tugboat.
This more recent event, though, is troubling because it's the Russian military going exactly head-to-head against the Ukrainian military in a vital waterway. And in the past few years, the violence has been continuing. Make no mistake about it. Ukrainian soldiers, separatist fighters, they die often weekly in clashes along the hotly contested front lines. But that's always Russia's proxies, the separatists, doing a lot of the fighting. This recent thing appears to have been military versus military, and that will make many people concerned that perhaps Moscow is again trying to push the Trump administration, work out what its red lines are, and maybe has more complicated plans in the weeks ahead.